Good day, mga ka-Nqesh. Welcome to another exciting edition of our Nqesh Review Hub. Once again, I'm Hermes P. Vargas, School Principal from Dev and Angeles, joining you for another exciting journey. I know. So allow me to share my presentation today. This is very important, really, because today's topic would really be interesting because we would talk about MOOE. Wow, I know. Nakaka-excite, di ba? So we'll give you an overview of our discussion and here it goes. Let's move on po. Tingnan natin kung paano maging discussion natin ngayong araw. We'll have a recap of what we had last time. We're going to have the review proper, which will be consist of the definition of MOOE, the uses of MOOE, the bond coding formula, sample computation, and of course, I'm going to give you a quiz 5-point quiz, 5-point question mamayang kaunti. Okay, and of course, on the last part, we'll give you reminders as we move along and we come closer to the Nqesh 2022. Ayan, mga ka-Nqesh, diretso na po tayo. Here we go. Okay, last time we had mock test number 4, right? And of course, we also had an update of what's going to happen of the different memo which were issued to us in relation to the conduct of the national qualifying examination for school heads or the principal's test next year. And of course, after our mock test, we had discussion on those 10 items. Okay? So eto po, tuloy-tuloy. Napaganda ng topic natin, mga kaibigan. I-share na po ninyo sa inyong mga kakilala. Talaga naman, hindi nyo pwede itong palampasin dahil importante po ito. Ano po? Okay, let's continue. Now, this topic has something to do with Strand 2.2, which talk about financial management. And of course, as a future school head, as a principal, importante na mahusay kang humawak ng pera, honestly, judiciously, and of course, with full control and accountability. So, what is MOOE? The maintenance and other operating expenses is the allocated funds for public elementary and secondary schools that can be spent on activities and necessities that support learning programs and help maintain a safe and healthy environment in the schools. Simply, it's the fund for the school. Ganun yun. Sa ating mga public schools, we really have this MOOE, no? So, just like any other agency, you really have to spend that judiciously and with full accountability. And of course, the MOE should be used to support instruction, more importantly, in the school level. Okay? Importante po yan. Tuloy-tuloy po tayo. Ayan. Okay, here, this is the latest DepEd issuance on how would you spend your MOE, and it's called DepEd Order Number 8, Series of 2019, Revised Implementing Guidelines on the Direct Release, Use, Monitoring, and Reporting of Maintenance and Other Operating Expenses, Allocation of Schools, including other funds managed by schools. So very, very important. I hope you'll be able to download this one. I-download po ninyo ito, basahin ninyo dahil makakatulong po ito sa inyo bilang mga future principals at school heads. Accountability po natin ang paghawak ng budget ng maayos para makatulong sa mga mag-aaral, sa mga guro, at sa buong paaralan. That is our mandate. Okay, let's continue, guys. Here we go. Uses of school MOE still from DepEd order that I've mentioned earlier. Doon po ito galing. So talagang hindi tayo pwedeng kumawala doon, no? School MOE as defined under the definition of terms per section 4.4 of this department order should each be used for the following, among others, subject to availability of funds and prioritization of mandatory expense items, and must be in accordance with the existing budgeting, accounting, procurement, and auditing rules and regulations. Number 1, to fund activities as identified in the approved school improvement plan SIP for implementation in the current year and as specifically determined in the annual implementation plan, which shall follow the calendar year format of the school. Tandaan po niyo ito, whatever you plan in the SIP, and of course more specifically in AIP, dapat gamitan natin through MOOE. If you put operational expense for the payment of electricity, water bill, and internet connectivity, make sure that it is reflected in your SIP and in your AIP, because that is to be funded by the school MOOE. Kasi isinulat mo doon. Okay? At nakalagay doon, if you notice, doon no, sa ating AIP, may source of fund doon. Okay, so ano mo kukunin? And of course, you have to specify din na kukunin mo ang pambayad o ang pondo sa school MOOE. Importante po yan, no? Malaking bagay ang MOOE para makatulong sa pagkapatakbo ng ating paaralan at ng ating kaguruhan at mga mag-aaral. Okay? Next, what could be other uses of a school MOOE? Number 2, to finance expenses pertaining to graduation rights moving up or closing ceremonies and recognition activities. Bagamat pandemic, you still be giving certificates to your learners, right? Tama? So in your SOB or school operating budget, dapat mag-reflect yan doon, no? You have to put an item for that, for those matters. So importante na yung MOOE mo will be spent judiciously, and it will be reflected through your school operating budget and work financial plan. Ito yung mga medyo mature or seasoned school head, they know SOB in work financial plan. Number 3, to fund supplies, rental, and minor repair of tools and equipment and other consumables for teachers and students deemed necessary in the conduct of classes and learning activities. Bumili ka ng band papers for teachers, that's good, it's fine. Hindi masama, hindi bawal yun. Kasi kailangan ng mga teachers yun for printing their grades or their weekly home learning plan. Kung kailangan magsabit ng hard copy, you can purchase that through your MOOE, and it's allowed because it says here to fund supplies, rental, and minor repair of tools and equipment. Actually, sa number 4, you would notice, look at this, to fund minor repairs of facilities, building and ground maintenance necessary for the upkeep of the school as defined in Order Number 1, Series 2017. So may mga sira silang classroom, may mga ambang sira, may mga jam door na kailangang paayos, may mga hand wash facility na gusto ipaayos, you can use your MOE, no? Gamitin po natin ang wasto yan para makinabang ang mga bata at mag-aaral. Hindi po sa atin ang perang yan, no? Ipinagkatiwala sa atin bilang mga school, and we have to spend that judiciously. Okay? It's for the learners and for the teachers and for the wider school community. Igamitin ng tama doon, no? Kung may sobra, ito patapos ng taon, kung may sobra po kayong budget, well, use it. If you have resources, use it for the repair of the class. Minor nga lang ang allowed sa atin, no? Hindi major, no? Linawin natin yon. It says here, no? Minor repairs of facilities, building, and grounds maintenance necessary for the upkeep of the school. That's very, very important. We have to be clear about that. Okay? So may karapatan magtanong-tanong yung mga kasama ng school kung saan din nagamit ang ating MOOE. Kaya ako, ang ginagawa ko, pag gumagawa ko ng SOB, I involve my head teachers, my master teachers, and even my grade level chairpersons so that they would know where will the money go. Where would the school MOB spend for the next school year? Kagaya po ngayon, patapos na ang taon, for sure gagawa tayo ng SOB at work financial plan natin, di ba? And of course, lahat yan naka-anchor doon sa AIP natin for January 1, 2022 hanggang December 31, 2022. Kasi yun ang ating fiscal year. Okay, yan ang fiscal year natin, ha? Samantala ang ating school year, nag-umpisa ng September 13, 2022, matapos ng June 2022. Okay? So hindi man tugma ang calendar fiscal year, but one thing is very particular and exact. Use your MOOE wisely, judiciously, and for the benefit of the learners and teachers, okay, and of the school at large. Let's continue. To procure semi-expendable property worth less than 15,000, including technical, vocational, livelihood, and science classes consumables as provided in the Government Accounting Manual, GAM, issued by the Commission on Audit. So importante yon na yung mga binibili mo, it's below 15,000, not more than. So usually binibili natin 14,999.99. Pwede pa yon. But it goes beyond that, hindi po pwede yon. Okay? In no case shall the school MOB used for the procurement of, bawal ang mga ito, school seats and teachers' tables and chairs, except for school furniture which are not procured or provided by the central, regional, or school division offices. This may include laboratory and workshop furniture, textbooks, hindi pwede. And 9.3, other supplementary learning resources, SLRs, which include publications, periodicals, and review materials. Okay? So I hope klaro po sa inyo ang gamit ng ating school MOOE. Okay? We can have a separate discussion perhaps on this na mas detailed pa, especially we'll have our more personal discussions sa aking mga in-house sessions siguro. Okay? Let's continue. Oh, I know you're waiting for this. The so-called Boncadin formula. The computation of schools MOOE budget proposal. This should be fiscal year 2022. I'm sorry, but this should be fiscal year 2022, not 2019. Updated po dapat. No. Schools MOOE is equal to the fixed amount plus allowable amount multiplied by the number of classrooms plus allowable amount multiplied by the number of teachers plus allowable amount multiplied by the number of learners plus allowable amount multiplied by the number of graduating learners. So tandaan po yung formula yan. You may not exactly know the details of computing the budget kasi marami pa itong mga detalye. Malalaman po niyo kung saan dumadaan ang budgeting natin. Ano? Alam naman niyo, sa school level, tinatanggap na lang natin at nakikita natin ang ating budget coming from the division office or directly to us. Pero may nangyari pa sa national level na beyond our control, okay? But as for this discussion, this is the Bon-Codin formula, the basis for our school's MOE budget proposal for fiscal year 2022, not 2019. I'm sorry, I stand corrected on that. Ayan. Okay, eto na, eto na. There are two components in the formula, the fixed and the variable cost. Eto na po, tandaan itong mga fixed cost na ito. Pag elementary, the fixed cost is 117,600 pesos. Clear? Good. For junior high school, implementing units, yan yung mga autonomous na sinasabi, and non-implementing units, 172,800 pesos. Clear? Good. And lastly, senior high school stand-alone only, 172,800. Clear tayo doon, ha? Clear, ha? Okay, sige. Kung may mga tanong, chat lang po dyan sa ating chat box. Huwag po natin kalimutan, okay? Ayan, let's continue. Let's talk now about variable costs. O yan, ito yung mga variable costs natin. Ayan, tingnan natin, iba-iba ito, magkakaiba sila. Okay, the parameter for every classroom for elementary school, there is 4,500 allotment, no? Ang ating variable cost. While for junior high school, 7,200, and for senior high school, 100,000 stand alone. For every teacher for elementary, 6,000 po ang variable cost niyan. For junior high school, it is 9,600. Okay? For every learner naman for elementary, for every learner per head, okay, warm body, 300 pesos. For junior high school, 480. For senior high school, 1,774 pesos. And for senior high school, 1,774 pesos. Then, for every graduating learner, ayan, 376 pesos sa elementary and 300 pesos sa ating junior high school. Clear tayo doon? Okay, let's continue. Now, baka sabihin nyo sa ako, kinuha ito, binownload ko lang ba ito, ginaya ko ba sa ibang website? Oh, we have reference for that, no? I will establish the credibility of the data that we have presented to you para clear tayo dyan. Ayan, galing yan dito sa Public Schools MOE for fiscal year 2022, super updated. Ayan, for the Budget Division and Finance Service. Ito po tayo. Ay, ito yung sinasabi ko sa inyo. Ayan. Ayan, DBM approved, no? Elementary school for ES and secondary school. Ito yung mga cost drivers o yung mga variable cost na tinatawag natin. Fixed cost, ito po yon. Ayan, diniscuss po natin kanina yan. Enrollment cost per learner, 300 for elementary. And again, for secondary, ito po siya, 480. Teacher cost, I said this already earlier. Classroom cost, ito po yon. At ito naman sa secondary. At ito naman sa graduation cost natin. Ayan po. Ayan. Ito naman sa mga regional science high school natin, one per region. Ito na po yung allotment nila, secondary yan. Senior high school enrollment cost, ito naman siya. Ayan. At syempre, yung fixed cost for stand-alone, 170,800. And of course, we also have to consider whichever is higher, the previous year MOOE. Ito, yes or no lang yan. At syempre, 3% inflation adjustment on the index item. Kasama po ang inflation rate sa pag-compute ng DBM sa ating final budget or sa ating budget proposal. Importante po. And of course, you know how much inflation affects the prices of our commodities economically speaking. No? Nagturo kaya ako ng economics so ako'y teacher pa. Ayan, sinasabi ko sa inyo eh. Okay, eto na. Ito po ang kahalagahan naman kung bakit dapat yung mga bossy at end of skill nyo, LIS data nyo, kumpleto at tama, na accurate dapat, na nai-encode talaga niyo at naka-capture lahat ang mga mag-aaral natin. Alam niyo kung bakit? Ito ang basis ng MOOE natin. Available school data used in information of the MOOE. Actual number of enrollment for 2022, ha, latest to for next year. Actual number of enrollment, ang data source mo, LIS, di ba? Ang school union 2021, ang cut-off date mo, yung January 15, 2021. Yan. For the actual number of teachers, based naman dyan. Ang base mo na school year 2019-2020, ang cut-off mo March 10, 2020. For actual number of classroom, NSBI, National School Building Inventory, 2019-2020. Of course, walang cut-off date yan, no? At syempre, actual number of moving up or graduating student, LIS, ang basis mo, 2020-2021. As of January 15, 2021, ang basis dyan. Yan. So these are still to be considered, no? In the available school data used in the formula, specifically doon sa mga variable cost na nabanggit ko sa inyo kanina. Teachers, classroom, graduating student, and of course, enrollment or learners. Ayan. Klaro tayo doon, ha? Okay, let's continue po. Ayan na. Ito na nga. Ito na yung sample computation natin. Number 1, the Central Elementary School has 250 enrollees, 6 teachers, 5 classrooms, and 8 graduating pupils. How much is the provost MOOE of the school? Let's compute. 117,600 is the fixed cost for elementary. This is an elementary school. And then, of course, you have here 6 teachers. So 6,000 times 6. And of course, you have 250 enrollees here. That's it. And you have 300 for every learner in the elementary. And of course, you have 5 classrooms here, and you have 4,500 for the classroom. Variable cost niyo yun. And of course, you have 8 graduating pupils. You have 376 for that. So multiply this two, you get 2,500. You multiply this two, you get 36,000. You multiply this two, you get 75,000. You multiply this two, you get 3,008. Yeah. On you add this now. This one, this one, this one, this one, and those 5. You add those and you get 254,108 pesos. Approximately rounding off that to the nearest thousand, that gives you 254,000 pesos as a proposed school MOE of the U Central Elementary School. Ayan, naman yung mabuti. Tingnan nyo pong mabuti. Dahil namayang konti, kayo naman ang mag-test sa akin. Ayun! Okay, let's continue now on Don Pepe High School, which has 4,378 enrollees. Napakalaking school with 220 teachers, 120 classrooms, and 1,041 graduating students. Take note, high school. Let's now have the fixed cost at 172,800. Plus, ito naman, 7,200 times 120 because there are 120 classrooms. 9,600 times 220 because there are 220 teachers. And of course, 480 per learner, yung enrollees mo, ayun yun, 4,378. And of course, there are 1,441 graduating students and the allotment would be 300, the variable cost. Multiply, you get 864,000. You multiply this two, you get 2,112,000. You multiply this two, you get 2,101,440. And you multiply this two, you get 312,300. Now you add this 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. You add that, you get 5,562,540. Round off to 5,563. 5,563,000. Round off to the nearest thousand. Yan po ang MOOE ng Don Pepe High School for 2022. Oh, di ba? Ang laki. So dapat magamit yan ng wasto para sa kapakanan ng mga mag-aaral at ng ating mga guro at ng paaralan. Okay? Now, there are cases, however, when the proposal derived from the Balkans formula will be constrained due to the department seating. Meron pa kasi tinatawag National Budget Memorandum, no? Meron pa mga ganyan na competition sa DBM, meron Tier 1, Tier 2, meron pa silang forward estimates, no? And inflation rate has to be considered. So, hindi, baka magtaka kayo na, sabi ni Sir Hermes, ganun ka-exact, hindi naman sobrang-sobra. Pero at least, makita nyo kung paano nagkakaroon ng amount na gano'n ang paaralan using the Bongkorin's formula. But of course, you also have to consider the National Budget Memorandum. Ayan, no? Currently, latest, ito, release siya nung January 6, 2021. National Budget ko yan for 2022, ginagawa po kasi yan. And of course, you still have the NEP po, yung tinatawag natin National Expenditure Program of the Government. That is also included. No? You also have to understand that. Okay? Let's continue. Now, let's have the math test. 5 questions again, and they will flash on your screen, and I will read it once, and you'll be given 45 seconds to read and answer. Timer will be used, okay? Use the answer sheet provided, blacken the circle of the correct answer. I gave you that already in the previous episode. The key to correction will begin after all questions have been asked. The passing score is 70%, so 5 points multiplied by 0.7, that is 3.5. So ang passing, 4 points. Nape-pressure kayo. Kayang-kaya po ninyo. Kayo pa ba? Okay, let's continue. Ayan ang answer sheet natin, mock test number 5. Download nyo lang po. Okay, and here is the first question. Here we go. Maganda Elementary School has 1,778 enrollees, 48 teachers, 36 classrooms, and 297 graduating learners. How much will be allotted for graduating learners in the school MOOE? 1, 112,000. 2, 110,000. 3, 100,000. 4, 99,000. A, 1. B, 2. C3 and D4. A lot of time to compute your answer. 15 seconds to go. Remember, we'll discuss the answers right after this. Okay? Down to our last 5 seconds. Ayan. And of course, Tier 1 time is up. Ayan. Let's continue to question number 2. In the North District of SDO, Manga City, there are only 4 schools. Bonga Elementary School, Mas Bonga High School, Pinaka Bonga Integrated School, and Pabonga Senior High School. Which among the schools has a variable cost of 1,774 pesos per learner? 1, Mas Bonga High School. 2, Bonga Elementary School. 3, Pabonga Senior High School. 4, Pinakabonga Integrated School. A1, B2, C3, D4. Go, go, go! A lot of time. Ako, napaka-easy dito. Of course, you just have to understand and you just have to remember the fixed cost and the variable cost, which I presented to you earlier. Ayan. Okay, tingnan natin kung sino makakuha sa ating mga ka-Nqesh. Ayan, subscribe na po. 3 seconds to go. 1, and time is up. Let's now go to question number 3. Here we go. Maulan Elementary School allotted 45,000 pesos for minor repair in the 2021 school operating budget and work in financial plan, or WFP. The SOB, WFP, and the project proposal were approved by the SDO. However, in January 2021, the division office engineer told the school head of MES that the school is a recipient of a 45,000 minor repair from the city engineer's office. More so, the repairs shall start on March 2021. What should the school head do? 1, reject the project from the city engineer's office. 2, accept the project from the city engineer's office. 3, accept the project and allot the 45,000 pesos for the 2022 project. 4, submit a project proposal to align the budget for the minor repair originally indicated in WFP and SOB. A1, B2, C3, D4. Ay, napakasila ng gagawin. Okay, time is up na ako nagad ang timer. So, time is up. Bye-bye. Let's have question number 4. Malayo Elementary School implemented a blended learning modality in school year 2021-2022. Timely. The school had plans to purchase headset, band papers, and universal serial bus, or USB, for 50 teachers in school year 2022-2023. Is this allowed in the school MOE? 1, no. B, yes. 3, maybe. 4, not sure. A1, oh, I forgot my timer. B2, C3, and D4. A lot of time too. I'm think about the answer for this one. The situation of Malayo Elementary School. Very, very timely as we continue to deliver quality education amidst the COVID-19 pandemic. I hope and we pray that everything will be okay by 2022, or if not, by 2023. We keep our fingers crossed. Okay? And of course, right after this, we're down with the last question. Ayan. I hope you're still with me in this journey. Napakaganda po ng episode na ito. Share the good news to your friends and subscribe to my YouTube channel. 5 seconds to go. 4, 3, 2, 1. Time is up. Yan. Okay. Last po. School who violates DEP and Order Number 19, Series 2019, may be charged with administrative case. Oh, on the basis of what debit issuance? Naku. 1, Debit Order Number 48, 2006. 2, Debit Order Number 49, Series 2006. 3, Debit Order Number 50, Series 2006. 4, Debit Order Number 51, Series 2006. Ay, naku ha. A1, B2, C3, D4. Ayan. A lot of time to think about the debt and issuance, which will give penalty to your violation of debit order number 19, series of 2019. Okay, here we go. 5 seconds to go. 4, 3, 2, and 1. Time is up. Let's now discuss the answers. Here are the correct answers. Here we go. Okay, the answers are the following. For question number 1, it's A. For 2, it's C. 3, D. 4, B. 5, B. Okay, let's have the answers now. Let's discuss. Okay, alin dito ang sagot? Very, very simple. The answer is letter A. You know, for elementary, the allotment or the variable cost is 376 pesos for graduating learners. So what you do now is you multiply 297 by 376 pesos, and that will give you around 100, what's this? Oh, 116,672. Oh, the closest would be 112. Okay, that's the closest. It can be 110. That's too far. 3 was too far. 499. It's too far also. The would be exact answer would be 116,672. Pero probably bumaba, may budget constraint, no? Nagkaroon ng problema. Okay, and which one is the closest now? It's 112,000, right? So that is number 1, letter A. You see, as simple as that. Okay, question number 2. Okay, in the North District, there are 4 schools daw. Si Bongga Elementary School, si Masbonga High School, si Pinapakabonga Integrated School, and Babonga Senior High School, which among the state schools has a variable cost of 1,774 pesos per learner. Siyempre, senior high school yan. Letter number 3, and that is letter C. Okay, remember what I told you in the variable cost. You just have to go back to that, no? And please try to recall that and memorize that as much possible. That would also help you in a way. Okay, let's go into question number 3. Oh, tatagyan mo yung project? Hindi. Reject the project from the city engineer's office kasi mayroon daw ibigay na project pero nakapag-alat ka ng 45,000 para sa minor repair eh. Ikaw sasagutin ni CEO. Reject mo ba? Hindi mo gagawin yon. Stakeholder na lumapit sa'yo, you won't reject the project. Not unless it's really that bad. But this one is not bad. Number 2, accept the project. Yes, you would accept it. Pero may kulang pa. Di ba? Number 3, accept the project and allow the 45. Yes, tama rin ito. Okay? Pero number 4, tingnan po ninyo. Submit a project proposal to realign the budget for the minor repair originally indicated in the WFP and SOB. You accept the project, of course. But what would you do with the 45,000 na naalat mo originally doon? Siyempre, i-realign mo. Kaya mag-bump off ka nga, di ba? I-realign mo yun. You have to create a project proposal to be signed by the SDO. And of course, you have to indicate there that you're bumping off that money to another project or to you realign that budget specifically to another project. Kasi may nagbigay na sa'yo na stakeholder. Ganun po ang technique doon. Okay? Yon. Thank you. Ayan, number 4 po tayo. Okay. Pwede bang bumili ng USB, ng bond paper, saka ng ng headset sa MOOE? Kung may resources ka naman, pwede po yun to support the teachers in the conduct of our blended learning modality, especially this time. Pwede po yun. Hindi po bawal yun. Okay? Okay? So yes, ang sagot number 2, letter B. Okay? And last, oh, naku, nag-violate ka, principal, anong gagawin sa'yo ngayon? May administrative case ka, kakasuhan ka ng mga tao niya pag hindi mo ginawa ang iyong trabaho ng mabuti. So which the issuance supports that that idea that you can have you can file a charge with you. That is DepEd Order number 49, Series 2006, number 2, letter B. Okay? What did you get? Write your scores now. I want to see your scores. Mag-post ako sa FB group natin yan, okay? I hope you had a good time, everyone. So I hope to see you on the next episode. Thank you for being with us. Okay? So again, pag hindi pa nag-subscribe, subscribe na po sa youtube.com Hermes P. Vargas. Okay? And YouTube review is totally free, but if you wish to volunteer and willingly send your token of appreciation sa akin na natuwa kayo sa aking paglilingkod sa inyo, syempre, happy naman akong ganon yarn. Okay? I will accept 0927585714 is my GCash number. Online review for a group of 10 is accepted but with minimal fee. Ayan po, stay safe. God bless. Thank you so much. I'm your Hermes P. Vargas. Okay? Maraming salamat po hanggang po sa susunod nating episode. Thank you so much. Enjoy everyone.